All right, we're live.
We are live from Fred Summers Court on the campus of Wilmington High School for tonight's high school basketball 2021. CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel. I'm Tony Mancuso here with Jeff Merklin, Coach Jeff Merklin. Fred Summers Court. Tonight's game is the Batavia Bulldogs, 15-2 overall, 7-1 in the league, versus the home team Wilmington Hurricane, 8-8 overall, 2-4 in the league. Jeff, welcome to high school basketball.
Thanks, Tony. It's great to be back. Thankfully, the last month or so, a lot of basketball games are getting played, which they were not earlier in the season, and looking forward to this one. Batavia comes in with a pretty good reputation. I've seen some film, but not a full game yet.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Batavia Bulldogs, coached by Aaron Brose.
Well, Tony, as you said, they're 15-2, and they lead the league SBAAC American Division with a 7-1 record. They've got a one-game lead over Western Brown. Batavia won their first 13 games this year. They were sitting at 13-0, and then they had a little dry spell. They lost down at Western Brown, and then Cincinnati Hughes beat them, but they've won their last two. So they're on a little bit of a roll. Wilmington is 4 games behind Batavia at 2-4 in the SBAAC American after a tough start, though, and we had them earlier this year, and they didn't play particularly well that night. But they've won 4 of their last 5, and seems like they're on a little bit more of a roll. I understand that a couple of their players have really come on, Cole Bernhardt for one. So it'll be interesting to see if what Wilmington brings at Batavia tonight. They've already played this year. Batavia won the first matchup 60-53, January 15th at Batavia.
Tell us a little bit about some of the key players we're going to be seeing tonight, Jeff. Batavia versus Wilmington.
Well, I think the first one that you're going to see make a mark is a 6'8" junior for Batavia, Mason Weisbro. He's 19.5 points a game, which is 4th in the SBAAC, 9.1 rebounds a game. He gets 1.7 block shots a game, which is 2nd in the SBAAC. And the big thing is he's shooting a wonderful 55.7% from the field, which is 4th in the league. Second, I think the lead guard for Batavia would be Max Applegate. We saw him when we did a football game this year. He had just been converted from quarterback to a wide receiver. So he's a great athlete, 5'9" junior, 10.7 points a game, 1.5 steals a game. So he's a very good defender. And also, even though he's 5'9", he gets almost 3 rebounds a game. I think those are the two that you're going to see probably the most out of, or Wilmington needs to mark the most out from Batavia. They have a couple other players. They have height in the lineup, even beyond Weisbrow. Batavia is 44.6 as a team from the field. Very good shooting. 67% from the foul line, and they're averaging about 58 points a game. So their games generally are not up-tempo, kind of medium, but they can control tempo if they need to. They've had a lot of 7 to 9 point, 10-point games this year, so they're good in the clutch. Wilmington, Tony, I think you're looking at number 32, Luke Blessing, 6'1" sophomore who runs the show out there for the Hurricane. He's averaging 11.8 points a game. And then Wilmington's match with Weisbrow is Matthew Butcher. He's a 6'6" senior, 14.1 points a game, 7.3 rebounds a game. And what I really like to see out of your fives or your posts are good passing. And Butcher's averaging 3.4 assists a game, so he's a great passer. In fact, he handles the ball so well, his assist-to-turnover ratio is 51.0, which is really astounding. Wilmington comes in 42.8% from the field. They're shooting about 35% from threes, so they'll attack you from deep. They're averaging 56.1 points a game, and they're 65% at the line. Should be a good game.
Well, tonight, Batavia will be wearing the road green and white trim. They're to our left of our screen. Wilmington in the white with the orange and black trim, the home team tonight. campusnation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel of campusnation.com. A lot of great information to be a subscriber. You'll be kept up to date with everything that's going on the network and on the local sports scene. The teams are getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups. Does the PA pick it up, Rick?
Yes.
Oh, great. So momentarily, we'll get the PA and the announcement of the starting lineups. Great rendition of the anthem. Momentarily, we'll have the introduction of tonight's lineups by the Wilmington High School PA. All right, the starting lineups again for the Batavia Bulldogs. Max Applegate, 5'9" guard, junior. Mick Heppert, 5'10" guard, senior. Owen Wiscombe, 6'3", senior. Kellen Epps, 6'3", junior. And Mason Wisebro, the 6'7", junior. For Wilmington, it's Matthew Butcher, senior. Kellen Baltazar, junior. Brady Vilvins is a senior. Cole Bernhardt, a junior. And Luke Blessing, a sophomore. Ready for the tip, Jeff Merklin, here we go. Batavia controls. Wilmington in a man-to-man defense, Jeff.
Looks like it. I think you're correct.
No shots yet for Batavia as they're moving the ball outside. Very meticulous so far.
Yeah, they're swinging it back and forth,
Yeah,
trying to get the post open.
There's Applegate with a drive, misses a rebound by Matthew Butcher. There goes Wilmington up the floor. Long one. No good by Butcher and out of bounds. 7:19 to go, no score yet. Both teams missing their first shot, and looked like Wilmington wanted to play a little faster. Batavia a little slower.
Wilmington, I think, wants to get the ball up faster because when you get that 6'7" Weisbrow in the paint back, it makes it very difficult to penetrate.
Great defense by Wilmington. There's a drive inside by 21. Kellen Epps, no good. Here comes Wilmington on the offense down. It's a fast break, and they pull it back out. Long three. Good.
Baltazar.
Kellen Baltazar with the first bucket of the game, a three. 3-0 Wilmington. 6:30 to go, first quarter, just underway. There's a long three by Applegate. Good. We're 3-3. Teams traded three-point baskets, Baltazar and Applegate. Man-to-man for Batavia too, Jeff. There's inside, the ball's rejected by Weisbro. Down comes Batavia, another three ball up and off the rim. That's Kellen Epps. Rebound, Batavia setting up the offense again, back out top.
Tony, notice Weisbro is now on the outside. They're trying to clear the paint for their guards.
Inside to Epps, no good. Wilmington clears the board and out they come. Ball's knocked on the floor, picked up by Wilmington. Resetting the offense, we hear the coaches and the fans saying, set it up. 3-3 with 5:20 to go, first quarter. Both teams deliberate offensively, huh, Jeff?
It seemed to be, I don't want to say it was this deliberate, but again, if you're 15-2, it harkens back to the 70s and 80s to have an average of 50, 55, 58 points a game.
That's for sure. There's a shot from the left by 22. Cole Bernhardt, no good. Cleared by Batavia, and they bring their offense back up the floor. Applegate, top of the key, shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, up and in. Max Applegate, 5 points. All 5 of the Batavia Bulldogs points. They lead 5-3 with 4:28 to go, first quarter. You're right, little Max is getting on the boards, isn't he?
He's tough.
There's a shot from the right. Good by Luke Blessing. Wilmington 5, Batavia 5, heading in the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1 here at Wilmington High School. There's a pass inside. Weisbro gets the feed and scores his first bucket of the game. There's a free throw line jumper, good by Matthew Butcher. So now the pace picking up a little, Jeff.
Batavia has moved Wiseboro more to the outside. Last time they ran a set with 2 high posts. That's called the UCLA, and here it comes again. They're trying to move him around and find different ways to get him the ball because I'll be honest with you, Butcher is playing tremendous defense on him.
There's a block by Cole Bernhardt as Wilmington takes over. Coming up on 3:15 to go in the quarter. There's a mid-range jumper off the mark by Blessing and rebounded by Batavia. Applegate drives, gives the ball back out front. Bounce pass to the corner and a wide open 3 is off the mark. Weisbro loses the rebound, but Batavia maintains it. 3 ball up and no good by Owen Wiscombe, and the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Wilmington ball now. Substitutions come in. 23 for Wilmington is Colin Barker. Colin, a sophomore, 6'4". Also, top of the key. Both teams' defenses are scrappy, aren't they, Jeff?
Play the man very well. They help off the ball very well.
There's a ball tipped away and picked up by Batavia, and a drive is no good, but there's Applegate with the follow-up. Johnny on the spot. That's 7 points for Max Applegate. Batavia leading 9-7 as we come up on 2 minutes in the first quarter. CampusNation.com, YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Long 3 by Baltazar's off the mark. Wilmington gets their own rebound and resets. No whistles, no fouls at all.
Quick game.
Yeah, we haven't had any.
Just 1 turnover. Teams are playing very well. This does remind me of a 70s or 80s Ohio high school game.
There's a drive by Baltazar, cut off by Batavia. Off to the right. Jumper good by Barker. His first 2, and we're tied at 9. Coming up on the 1:15 and counting mark first quarter. I don't remember a foul.
None.
Applegate gets inside.
There's your foul.
There's a ball knocked away, and we have our first whistle and stoppage in play. It's 22.
It's Cole Bernhardt.
Cole Bernhardt gets his first foul. Batavia makes a substitution. That's Kenyon Gardner in the game. Another big kid, 6'5".
And he's a senior. He's got great jumping ability, too, watching him in pregame. It's interesting he comes off the bench.
Big team, Batavia. There's a pass that goes through the hands of Mick Heckert out of bounds. 54 seconds left first quarter. Brady Vilvins checks in for Wilmington. Hey, they play for 1 shot. They might be with 40 seconds to go.
Well, being the underdog, Wilmington probably does want to keep the score as close as they can.
We're at 9s right now. Long 3 is good. That's Matthew Butcher with 5 points.
Tony, this is a different Wilmington team than we saw the first week or 2 of the season.
They take a 12-9 lead with 15 seconds left and counting. Down to 5. Better hurry. And Max is fouled out front by 23. Colin Barker. You know, in some ways, that's a good foul, isn't it, Jeff? It's a common foul, and it makes them reset.
It was.
I like it.
I agree, and
I like it.
It was playing, probably called from the bench.
Yes, it was. You could tell it was called, and I think it was a good call. Applegate at the buzzer, off the mark. So we've come to the end of the first quarter here at Fred Summers Court. It is Wilmington 12 and Batavia 9. Tony Mancuso here with you. Jeff Merklin on the color. CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. The sister station is 106.9 on the radio dial, WZAA out of Jeffersonville. If you get on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the Campus Nation site. You get all kinds of benefits by doing so. 12-9 is our first quarter score. Wilmington led by Matthew Butcher with 5 points. Batavia led by Max Applegate with 7. 7 of the 9.
Tony, if I remember right, Matt Kramer, the head coach for Wilmington, was out the first time we saw, and I think that Rick, is that him down there? Is he back?
That's him. He's back. Yeah, he was just out for that period of 10 days or whatever.
10 days.
Because he came in contact with someone that I think had tested positive for COVID.
Well, it's really good to see him back, and they're playing very well tonight for him.
So Wilmington side out to start quarter number 2, leading 12-9. Baltazar out front. Both teams deliberate. There's a backdoor cut and a basket. Good by Kellen Baltazar. Wilmington 14, Batavia 9. Is this Wilmington's last home game?
Well, I'm not really sure because, like I said, there is a crossover game that they have where...
There's a pass and shot inside by Kenyon Gardner.
There's also a couple games that we missed with Goshen, and so they may try to make some of these games up.
All right. Long jumper, long three is good. That's Colin Barker. 5 points for Colin. We're at 17, Wilmington 11, Batavia with 6:50 to go, first half. Long three is good. Team starting to heat up, Jeff.
It's a 2, and you're right.
They give a 2 to Wilt Wiscombe. I think they gave him a 3.
His foot was clearly inside the line.
They gave him a 3.
Oh, that was NBA.
Who scored that? I missed
Butcher. He's having a great game so
and
far.
that
That's
is
8.
his favorite spot to shoot his threes.
That's 7 points for Butcher. 2013. Inside block. And followed up and in by Kenyon Gardner. That's 4 for Kenyon as Batavia cuts it to 20-15. Pace is picking up some second quarter.
So they did fix the score? Okay, 20-15. And he's fouled.
There's a drive by Baltazar, good. And he picks up a foul.
Yes, 22-15, and we'll be shooting a... Want to remind everybody, tomorrow we've got a 12:15 or 12:45 start for our broadcast. Girls basketball game against, but not Batavia, but what's that? Yeah, Blanchester.
Free throw good by Baltazar. That's 8 points for Kellum. (23-16) is the score. Lob inside, a ball goes out of bounds. Touch last by Kenyon Gardner. 23-16 the score. Look for the backdoor cut. Good defense by Batavia. There's a block by number 11, Robert Lisk. Here comes Batavia down the floor again. They've got some substitutes in the game here. There's a pass inside and an easy bunny miss by Heckert, but he follows it up and in. He missed his first effort, but got the rebound and stuck it back in. 23-18 Wilmington. Long three.
Gracious.
Good, beautiful. Nice stroke there by Colin Barker. His 7th point, and make it 8 points for Colin Barker. Steal by Wilmington down the floor. No good, but he gets his own rebound. That's Brady Vilvins. Another long three off the mark. Ball on the floor, picked up by Batavia. Now they're picking up a running pace, and shot is missed, but there's Weisbro with a follow-up, and he doesn't get it to go, and there's a whistle, stop and play.
Someone hurt?
Someone looks like they were shaken up for Batavia. That's number 11, Robert Lisk.
So, Sydney, you think that's the correct score, 26-18? Oh, 26-17. Well, they've given him an extra point.
Well, they gave him a 3 on the one jumper, I believe, which... There's Applegate, long 3 off the mark. Rebound up, no good by Gardner. But another follow try as there's a foul going to be on number 32. That's Luke Blessing.
They definitely have the trees under the basket there.
They attacked the glass. Free throw.
I've got Wilmington with 25. What do you have?
Well, I'll have to look at it.
Well,
I'm sorry, 26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah, where we were talking about whether it was 17 or 18 for.
And I've got 17
Now
for
it's back
Batavia.
to 17. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because the 1-3 was counted as a 2 by Wisconsin.
so now it's 18. They just scored a free throw.
So 27 Wilmington, 17 Batavia, but they gave it to the...
No, it's 27-18, and we just scored again. So it's 29-18.
Right, Brady Vilvins with the basket.
Well, now they say 28. Well, I'll tell you what, they're having problems scoring.
They're having trouble. Whoever's running the scoreboard is having trouble keeping track.
Got a charge.
Here's what we do. We
28-18.
Right,
I'd put it there. Let's go from the board.
We go by the scoreboard until we learn different.
Yeah.
Right now it's 28 Wilmington, 18 Batavia, and that's what we're going to go with.
Right. And the scorebook, they'll get it straight one way or another. No.
If there's a steal by Gardner, and he's going to jam down at the other end. Kenyon Gardner with the breakaway dunk. Cuts the lead to 28-20 with 3:45 left first half. There's another steal by Gardner. There he goes again.
Oh, that's a charge.
This time there's an offensive foul. A little out of control, Jeff.
Yeah.
He didn't have the clear lane that he had the last time.
Well, he
tried to get in between and split the two defenders, but usually the big man on that kind of thing's not going to get the benefit of the doubt by the refs.
I think Gardner was thinking, here comes my second dunk in a row. The Obi Toppin theory of offense. Speaking of that, I hear Joe Burrow is at the UD game tonight. How about that?
Joe Burrow is one of a kind already. He's a great ambassador for the Bengals and really all of Ohio.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Well, no better arena anywhere in basketball.
No, I don't. I wish I was here, but my second choice would be there. How's that? Rebound, Gardner.
Good answer, Tony.
I knew it as soon as I said it. It needed corrected. I'm glad to be here, but hey, if I had to be at UD Arena, I wouldn't cry. Matter of fact, I'd probably laugh.
Steal.
Smile. There comes Wilmington on the steal. Breakaway block by Weisbro, but followed up and in. That's Mikey Brown, the freshman with the follow-up. Shot is good on the other end by Owen Wiscombe.
Boy, they're blistering here.
Picked up the pace. That's 4 points for Owen. Had a 3, but they took it back down to a 2, so that's 4 for Wiscombe. Long three off the mark. And there's Applegate again, the smallest kid on the floor with another rebound.
Got 4 rebounds, leads everybody out there.
There's a ball out of bounds. No foul.
No, he was kind of out of control, too.
Gardner checks out for Batavia, and Kellen Epps back in the game. 30-22 is what the board says at the 2-minute mark of the half. There's Applegate with a drive, and do we have a charge or a block?
Well, that's a
Jeff?
tough call. Tough call. I think they called a block. Frankly, I thought it was offensive.
Fouls on Mikey Brown, the freshman. Applegate back on the line, free throw good. I've got Applegate for 8 points, Jeff, do you?
I have Applegate with 9.
All right, let's change it to 9 because I thought I missed one. There's a second free throw, good. That's 10 for Max Applegate, unofficially. I thought I'd missed one, that's why I asked you, and you got it. Long three comes off the mark. There's going to be a reach-in foul on the rebound against Mikey Brown. (30-24). Wilmington holding on to a 6-point lead. They led it the first quarter 12-9, leading now 30-24. Minute 40 left. There's a steal by Wilmington. Brown with the ball brings it up the floor.
Got a timeout?
And Wilmington calls a timeout at the 1:31 mark of the second quarter. Wilmington Hurricane 30, the Batavia Bulldogs 24. CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll get all kinds of benefits. I'm Tony Mancuso. To my right is Jeff Merklin, the color man, as always, analyst extraordinaire. Rick and Sidney Phillips on the controls. Still arguing about the score, but we're going to go with 30-24. It's like a regular dinner at their house.
That's right.
They're at the dinner table arguing about the score now. I think we got it. It is 30-24. If that's about as official as we can get.
Well, I have 29-24. We'll try to get it between my notes and yours at halftime. We'll see if we can match it up.
Wilmington with 1:30 to go on offense.
Doesn't seem like either coaching staff is challenging the score. So usually, their bookkeeper will alert.
There's a drive to the basket and ball knocked around.
Almost lost.
Wilmington retains possession. You can hear the coaching staff saying no hurry, and that's how they're playing, Jeff. 1 minute to go.
Last time we thought they were going to hold to the last shot, but what they did was they were patient until they got the shot they wanted. That's
There's
probably what they're
Baltazar
going
on
to do
the
here.
drive, and there's going to be a foul. No shot clock in high school, right, Jeff?
Correct. Some states, I don't know if it's a majority or not, some states have them. Ohio has not, and the primary concern that I've been able to read about is the cost.
I just learned something interesting. I was watching a YouTube basketball game, girls basketball game last night in Western Kentucky.
Baltazar's first free throw, good.
And in Kentucky, 7th and 8th graders can play at the varsity level in high school. I was very surprised.
It's been that way for a long time, and the primary reason for that is because so many rural schools struggle to have a team at the high school level.
Well, both these teams are pretty good.
Baltazar hits both free throws. I got Kellen with 10 points.
Were any 7th or 8th graders playing on good teams?
There was an 8th grader playing for one of the teams.
Wow. As I recall, I don't know if it was Kyle Macy or somebody started for their high school.
Weesbro inside, gets the basket.
They're going to call a block.
An opportunity for a three. Mason Weesbro inside, maneuvering his way to a basket and a three-point opportunity the old-fashioned way. I still don't think they have the score even right there, do they? Did they put it up wrong? They put it up wrong that time. Weesbro's free throw is good, makes good on the three-point play.
All right,
That's
so now
5
they're
for
telling them
Mason.
to add the points. Should be 27. Yeah, coach for Batavia saying
There you go.
somebody's asleep
Well,
at
I
the wheel.
tell you, where is our...
He must be watching the UD game tonight on his phone.
Oh, he's trying to find Burrow, which would be what I would be doing if I was there. So let's give him a break. I've got my number 10 Ohio State Joe Burrow jersey on tonight. No one has commented on such novelty.
That makes me sad.
10 seconds to go. First half. Wilmington trying to get a last shot up, and there's a drive and a shot off the mark. Here comes Batavia down the floor for one final play. He got it off in time, but Applegate misses off the rim. So we have a halftime score, a faster pace second half, or second quarter rather, that's for sure. It is Wilmington Hurricane 32, the Batavia Bulldogs 27, and I think we're going to call that official. Are we or aren't we?
Go to a commercial.
Jeff's here trying to figure out the math for himself.
Usually our other announcer, Joe, he will rattle off the scores. I'll add them up in my head and tell him he's correctamundo.
Well, I'll say seven at the half. There's another big game on Sunday, Jeff. Not only is the Wilmington Batavia game tonight, but a big one Sunday around 6:15. The Kansas City Chiefs AFC champs versus the Tampa Bay Sidney Phillips Bucks, the NFC champs. What do you think?
Do you ever bet against Brady, much less on his home field?
That's right, yeah.
I don't know how you can.
I think Kansas City is the
better
best
than them.
team.
Yeah, they're better.
If Mahomes gets on a roll, I mean, it could be 45-41 type of a game, but I don't see Brady losing.
I don't know if there's ever been well, in basketball we've had a few of those types. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kareem seemed like winning followed him everywhere he went. And now LeBron in today's era, but boy, oh boy, Tom Brady, if he's not the quintessential winning football player, who else could be, Jeff? Tell me. Who?
Well, there's lots, but there's none on his
like
level.
him. There's lots. Montana was a winner. Bradshaw was a winner. Both of them went undefeated in Super Bowl lore. Both of them went 4-0 in the games they played. But my goodness gracious, Tom Brady's going for number 7 tomorrow.
He's lost 3. He's in his 10th
right,
Super Bowl.
You believe that? And he's
what
not,
is he, 40?
43, I think. 42 or 3.
Some coaches in high school, for instance, basketball or football, whatever, are retiring at 43. They've had enough. And this guy's playing.
I got to thinking, too, the other day, thinking about this. Didn't the Tampa Bay Lightning win the hockey?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Tampa Bay Raves lost to the Dodgers 4-2 in the World Series, and here's the Tampa Bay Bucks playing for the full thing in football. But Sydney's over here smiling like.
And the Tampa Bay Rowdies make it to the playoffs.
Who are the Rowdies? Soccer?
Well, but guess who
does
won
that count?
Well, Columbus won it.
Columbus won it. That's true.
That counts. But L.A. won the World Series and won the NBA. The Rams or Chargers are not in the NFL final game, the Super Bowl. Number 55. You believe that we're already up to 55, which says something about our ages because Jeff remembers Super Bowl I.
Like it was yesterday.
I do not. I read about it 100 times. Green Bay versus Kansas City.
Max McGee, the great bachelor of the Packers, stayed out till I think it was 6 in the morning.
Right.
They didn't really take it seriously, did they?
Met a waitress because he thought he wasn't playing. So.
Right. He was coming into the hotel as Bart Starr was coming down to get breakfast after being in, where he's supposed to be in bed all night. And then he goes out there, and on the first play from the Packers scrimmage, Boyd Dowler
got hurt
on his shoulder, which had been bothering him that year. And he goes down, and Max McGee on, any sleep? And who knows how physical he'd been the night before. He comes out, I think it was 6 catches, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Something like that.
Including, I believe, the first ever in first Super Bowl reception for a touchdown by Max McGee, the tired, worn out from the night before Max McGee.
Party animal.
But we look at it, we went 35-10 in Super Bowl I, Green Bay over KC. Here we are, 55. It's hard to believe that our Bengals have not been there since 23. They were there number 16 too, but we're talking about numbers that are like juveniles, 23 and 16 when you compare them to 55. That's the number.
All I know is Bengals 2, Browns 0 in Super Bowl appearances. That's all I know.
There aren't too many left that have never won it, never been there at all. There's a lot that have never won it. Never been there at all. Detroit.
Think of Port Buffalo.
Jacksonville has never been there. The Houston Texans franchise has never been there. And thank goodness it continues this year. The Cleveland Browns have never made an appearance in the big game in all their years. Now, every time you mention that, they say, well, we won all kinds of what was it called?
AAFC, All-American Football Conference.
Yeah, led by the owner, Paul Brown, which is no longer affiliated with those guys. His family is the lineage of the Bengals, as we all know.
Tony, before we get cut back to the basketball game, I thought it was interesting. in researching for this game, prepping, Braden Sipple, who we saw play football beautifully as a quarterback at Blanchester, and
Beautiful.
and he has had 3 fantastic seasons so far in basketball. He's leading the SBAAC in scoring at 33.9 a game, and in rebounding at 10.7 a game, and that's just a special athlete. I hope it's a shame that we've had COVID his senior year, that people can't just get out and watch him play football in the fall, play basketball.
Including us. We didn't get a chance.
That's right. I would have loved to have seen him play football or play basketball. And
Is he still committed to Cedarville?
As far as I know, yeah.
All right.
Cedarville is a very good program,
Yeah.
but that just something doesn't seem. I'm sure he picked a school he liked, and I'm sure Cedarville's thrilled to have him. He'll start there as a freshman, have a great career.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you ever
of course.
see Luke Kennard play in high school?
I did,
I did not. I wanted to. He was a similar scorer, wasn't he?
and he was a quarterback as well.
Franklin?
Franklin, that's correct.
Ended up a Dookie.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Kennard did not play football his senior year because he had chosen basketball. I may be wrong about that or thinking about somebody else, but I think that's the case.
Third quarter, Batavia with possession, and we're underway here at Fred Summers Court. 32, Wilmington, 27, Batavia. There's a nice move inside for Applegate. That's 12 for Max. The leading scorer tonight for Batavia cuts the lead to 3. Inside, Baltazar is fouled. It's going to be on 21. That's Kellen Epps. 2 shots coming up for Kellen Baltazar. Kellen leads the Wilmington Hurricane tonight with 10 points. First free throw good. 33, Wilmington, 29, Batavia. Second free throw, Baltazar is good. Beautiful form, 2 swishes. Love that sound, don't you, Jeff?
Beautiful sport,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
a great sound to hear that swish. When you're at the foul line with ice veins and just draining those free throws, it's a sight to see. 34-29, Wilmington with a lead. 7 coming up on the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Long 3, good. Beautiful looking shot. Nice stroke by Owen Wiscombe. That's 7 points for Owen. (34-32) now the score. That's the closest Batavia's been for a while. Wiesbrow with a rebound. Here comes Applegate down the floor, lays it up off the mark. Got a little out of control, I think, on that, Jeff.
Just a little bit out of
There's
control.
a nice give and go dish inside. 22, Colin Bernhardt with a basket. Wilmington needed that point. They needed that bucket to stop the momentum. Wiesbrow, I think, got away with a travel, but scores anyway.
Usually in high school, they'll call that in a heartbeat. Pretty close. I'm glad they let it go.
The NBA, they're not calling that, though. But
No.
there's a nice shot by Luke Blessing.
Wilmington needs him to get heated up a little bit. That's his 4th.
(38-34), Batavia trailing by 4. Wiesbrow, top of the key. Now takes a jumper, misses, rebound Wilmington, and off they go. Baltazar down the middle, dishes off, and they're setting back up. Nice move there in the basket by Luke Blessing, just as you said it, Jeff. Now Luke's heating up a little. That's 2 straight baskets for Blessing. 40-34, Wilmington. Batavia had cut it to 2, and now Wilmington stretches it back out to 6.
In earlier action tonight, the freshman and the junior varsity, Wilmington Kane, won both those games. So they're trying for the sweep tonight.
There is no sport, I don't believe, that has more spurts than the sport of basketball. There's a nice move and a basket by Blessing, who's now scored 3 straight baskets.
Going to get a timeout here?
It's just a game of spurts, isn't it,
It
Jeff?
is. Yeah.
One after another, both teams. Clark Kellogg, the best term ever, spurtability. Remember that?
And he was a one-man spurtability
There's
himself.
Applegate with a basket. Remember teams like Houston had spurtability. Louisville. Spurtability.
Dr. Duncanstein. for
Michigan
Louisville.
under the Fab Five, spurtability. There's a ball tipped out of bounds. And finally, there's a whistle. That ball looked like it was out of bounds about 5 seconds before the whistle. But whatever starts well, ends well. The correct call, it's Wilmington ball out. And here they come with 4:05 left in the third. Nice pass inside, but the fadeaway jumper by Butcher falls off. Batavia down the floor. There's a
Going to call a foul.
a block by Barker, but they're going to get him for a foul, Jeff.
It really is turned into an up-and-down game. I'm very much impressed with Wilmington tonight.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
playing much higher level than they were earlier this season. Good coach does that for you.
Kellen Epps at the line. First one no good.
Don't forget tomorrow, 12:45 is our game time for the Blanchester girls against our Hurricane girls right here at Fred Summers Court.
Looked like Wilmington's girls were about 50-50 this year, Rick. Is that right?
Yeah, they're about that.
Second free throw is good.
How's Blanchester's girls doing this year?
I don't think they're doing that well. Blanchester, the girls don't
The
do
free
anywhere
throw was
near
made
the
by
guys.
who the last time, Jeff? Who was that?
Excuse me?
Free throw by Batavia, good by who?
Epps.
Epps.
Got a timeout, huh?
Batavia with another basket. It's 42-39. I missed that last one too. Who's that?
Who made the basket?
Yeah.
Heckard.
Where are you, Heckard, on my score sheet? There you are. So we're at 42-39. Wilmington holding on to a 3-point lead. The pace has picked up, hasn't it, Jeff?
Very enjoyable game.
.333 left, third quarter. Batavia ball out, no pressure on defense. Excuse me, Wilmington ball out, no pressure by the Batavia defense. Both teams playing tough defense, and there's a steal. And down goes number 10 for Batavia. Heckard off the mark. Wilmington clears the boards, and they're picking up the pace down at the other end. Long three, no good by Blessing.
Wow.
And a rebound drive by Brady Vilvins, and he's fouled. Brady will be at the line, I think, this time. The pace is picked up.
Good ball game.
Brady misses the first free throw. It's 42-39 Wilmington.
I think both teams are a little tired. All this up and down.
2:59 to go, third quarter.
And there haven't been that many subs this
No,
quarter.
there has
No.
not. Vilvin's second free throw in the air, and that one's off the mark. Rebound, Gardner. And Batavia comes down with a chance to tie with a 3 or cut to 2 with a 1, or cut to 1 with a 2. Set it backwards. There's a turnover by Batavia, so they can't score. Wilmington, the Hurricane, racing up the floor. Spotting up for a 3 as Baltazar now comes inside the 3 and hits a bucket. Kellen Baltazar, 14 points. Big game for him tonight.
Tony, he's only averaging 6 coming into this game, so he really is
Big
having a good ball game.
Yes, he is. Playing hard and scoring. There's a pass inside Wiesbrow, and he scores. Tough to stop him inside like that, isn't it, Joe?
And I think Batavia's going to win. They really have a good team overall, but he's going to need to score a little bit the last quarter in 2 minutes.
There's a fast break opportunity knocked out of bounds by number 12, Brady Vilvins. It's a minute 56 left. 44 Wilmington, 41 Batavia. Batavia got as close as 2, have not been able to get the lead. There's another turnover.
What, they got a foul?
And they call a foul on Wilmington, Jeff. Wiesbrow ended up on the ground.
That's the second time in the last minute or two there have been very poor entry passes to Wiesbrow. I couldn't see it because of the angle I have.
That was on Butcher, they said.
It would appear that Batavia got bailed out there.
There's Wiesbrow down inside and a nice bucket by Kenyon Gardner. And now we're back to a 1-point game, Jeff. 44 Wilmington, 43 Batavia. Tell you, that Baltazar's really taken control offensively.
Rick, we haven't seen, Tony, I haven't seen recent games. Has he been scoring like this in the last few games?
Not really. I mean, his biggest problem, I think, that sometimes he'll get into foul trouble, so it takes him out of the game. But he's had a good game tonight.
Kellen, the junior, we've got him at 16 points and a free throw. Good, makes it 17 points for Baltazar. Big three-point basket there.
And he's showing no hesitation to take control either.
47-43, Wilmington leading with a minute 20 to go, third quarter. There's a ball knocked away and out of bounds, and it stays with Batavia. Great hustle there by number 3.
One of the little things that you can do to get the ball into your post is if you've got the ball in the wing and the angle's not good, you dribble to the baseline, and then the angle's much better for getting it into the post, and I don't see Batavia doing that right now.
Oh, got a timeout.
So a timeout for Batavia with a minute 14 to go. Third quarter, a 30-second timeout. Wilmington leading 47-43 over Batavia. It is CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Go ahead and subscribe to it. You'll get all kinds of benefits, updates, ability to keep track of everything going on in the high school sports world. And otherwise, I'm Tony Mancuso with Jeff Merklin, Rick and Sidney Phillips on the controls.
I would encourage everybody to subscribe to this station website, because you just can't get out. For fans like me, you can't get out and just watch a game in your area.
There's a lot of information that can be had, and it's a great source of that information. For instance, where else did you know that Joe Burrow was at UD Arena except for CampusNation.com? We got all the scoop.
The breadth of knowledge in this booth is absolutely stunning.
Long jumper, no good, draws air. Matthew Butcher. Batavia down the floor. There's Wiesbrow inside. There's got to be a foul, and they called it offensive on Mason Wiesbrow as he backed up into the... I don't know that he loved the call, but it goes against Batavia, and it'll be ball out Wilmington.
Well, the second the ball comes in, they've got 2-3 people around him. It's really like to see Batavia take an effort to try to get him the ball from a better angle.
38 seconds to go, third quarter. 47-43, Wilmington leading. Wilmington's led almost the whole way. I think the whole way.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever been behind.
And Batavia might have got the first basket of the game by Max Applegate, a 3. But since then, that's it. Long jumper, good. Three-pointer, Matthew Butcher. Came free and drains a 3. Inside is Gardner. I'll tell you, he's a very effective post player. I like his game. Long one at the buzzer, no good. Kenyon Gardner, 10 points for Batavia. We've come to the end of quarter number 3. It's Wilmington 50, Batavia 45.
18-18 that quarter. That's a lot of scoring.
Yes, that is a lot of points.
I think the first quarter, looking back on it, both teams were very deliberate, as you correctly called. Seems to me maybe they were just kind of feeling each other out and trying to get the flow of the game. Sometimes good teams do that. You sit back a little bit, kind of see what's working, what's not, and then go from there. But it's a very enjoyable high school basketball game.
Yes, it is. The pace picked up, as you said, and after a little feeling each other out like a boxer, and then once they got going, they got going. Leading scorers so far, who you got, Jeff?
For Batavia, I believe it is Applegate with 14, and of course Baltazar has 17 for Wilmington.
So here we go, fourth quarter where all games are decided. CampusNation.com, the YouTube channel of Campus Nation. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot's going on in the high school world on that station. Wilmington side out, here we go. There's a steal by Wiesbrow and jammed. That's 11 points for Mason.
Handles the ball well.
Yeah, the crowd loved that. There's a nice looking shot, but it's no good by Blessing. Took it to him and took a long jumper off the glass.
3.
Nice looking shot there, good. Kenyon Gardner with the 3, and we are tied. That's 13 for Gardner. No good by Wilmington, and now Batavia gets the rebound with a chance to take a lead for the first time, I think, since the opening basket, Jeff. Long 3, Gardner, no good. Might have forced that one, don't you think?
Agree, and then that was not the shot Wilmington wanted the last time down the court.
And down the court is Vilvins, and he's blocked. Uh-oh, we got an injury down. Oh, no. Wiesbrow inside.
I
It's
didn't catch that. I would believe it's maybe his ankle. That I think he came down.
He's got a taped right calf, it looks like, or ankle, and he's holding that.
As they would say anymore, just lower body injury.
Looks like maybe he's just cramping.
Well, they gave Batavia a basket while the ball was.
Yeah, and they won't stop play until the play completes, and then.
Who got the basket for Batavia, guys? Was it Wiesbrow?
I did not see.
I thought perhaps it was Myers out there, 12? No, maybe it was, might have been Heckard.
Well, Kellen walks off the field, off the court under his own power. Hopefully he's okay. You're going to give Heckert the last basket?
For now, while
Yeah, I
I
don't
try to
have it for
figure it
sure.
out.
Well, you can look over on the board over there if you can see.
Well, they've got Gardner for 15, and I've got him for 13, and I have Heckard for 4 if he didn't have that basket, and they've got him for 2.
So it's kind of hard to figure.
Let's just forget that.
It's 52 to 50.
Right, that's what we need to worry about, folks. Batavia has their first lead of the game since very early, so Wilmington needs to show some poise to, you're still in it, folks. You're only down by 2. And there's a travel. They call a travel on Brady Vilvins, and he can't believe it. He's asking, what did I do? Batavia 15-2 for a reason, Jeff. Right?
They're very deep. Again, you bring off the come off the bench Gardner, 6'4", 6'5" senior who can jump and shoot. That's some depth. Very well coached, both of these teams tonight.
Yes,
Very
they are.
impressed.
Aaron Brose, Matt Kramer, the 2 coaches.
You've seen Applegate now trying to get better angles, dribbling to the baseline to look inside. Such a smart player.
5:26 to go in the ball game. Batavia now slowing it down some after a fast pace. There's Applegate, long 3, good. Max Applegate, 17 points for Max. And Batavia now opens up 55-50. Wilmington was in control most of the way. Now, as the game's worn on, Batavia's taken control of it.
Wilmington really needs a basket here.
Yes, they do. Coming up on 4:50 to go. Long 3, good.
Good.
Good looking shot by Matthew Butcher. He's got a good looking stroke. I like his shot. Good looking shooter. Plays hard too. These kids are giving it all, no doubt. Applegate.
Nice head fake.
Head fake and bump.
Beautiful.
Good looking shot. Max Applegate, 19 points, is having a great ball game. What a heady shot that was.
The scoreboard has him for 16, now 18, by the way,
Which
just for
I have it
kicks.
for 19.
I have 19 as
Yeah,
well.
there we go. I trust ours. If I was a betting man, I'd say the one we have is accurate.
I trust you, I know that.
Shot no good, rebound Gardner.
13 points and 8 rebounds for Gardner,
Yes,
Tony.
he's had a tremendous game off the bench. There's Applegate is fouled by Mikey Brown.
Speaking of betting, did you hear the Texas guy that apparently bet something like $6 million on Brady and the Tampa Bay team to
No.
win the Super Bowl?
Must be like just kicking around money for
I
him.
guess.
If there was anybody to bet on, it'd be number 12, Tom Brady. Baltazar back in the game, looks healthy and missed the layup, but the follow-up is good by Vilvins.
Yeah, it's probably just
Kellen didn't
jumping
look
around
hurt
money.
on that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Zipping down the
Probably
floor.
an oil and gas guy.
I would imagine, yeah. So only a 2-point lead now for
What a game we
Bulldogs.
have here. Batavia with a 57-55 lead. And you're right, Jeff. Don't panic, Wilmington. You had the lead most of the way. You lost it there for a while, but you're in a 2-point game. No need to panic. You play well from here on out. I see you doing the math over there, Jeff. What you got?
Well, I have 57 to 55, but I don't have it the way they have it on the scoreboard. So, in terms of the players, all I know is we were proven right in the first half, and we'll see what happens.
Remember, tomorrow, 12:45 is the time right back here at Fred Summers Court. We've got Blanchester, the girls, playing our Lady Hurricane ladies. They're going to be playing tomorrow at 12:45 for our Saturday game of the week, I guess you could say.
57-55 the score, 3:20 to go. Is Batavia going to slow it down a little, run clock? Looks
I
like
think they are really
bit.
going to want the shot they want this possession.
There's the old wheel play out front. Got away with a walk.
Yep.
Need a travel call on that. There's a drive to the basket. A wild shot goes off the rim. Here comes Baltazar racing down. And Wilmington slowing it up now. Trailing by 2. Huge possession. Huge. Need a basket here, that's for sure, don't you think, Jeff?
I'd look to Blessing right now if I were Wilmington.
Long three, off
Short.
the mark by Butcher. Might have been a little out of his range. That was an NBA three.
He did that the first game we broadcast this year. Just need to move it in a little if you're going to take it.
Came up short. Applegate with a drive and a bucket. Max Applegate, great ball game. That's 21 for Max. What a game he's had. Hard-nosed player. Every team needs a Max Applegate.
And talk about a team player. Again, referring back to football, my memory is Max played quarterback the first 4 or 5 games. And then the game we broadcast, actually I think it was Heckard that came in at quarterback.
Long three, good. Luke Blessing, you called that, Jeff. That's 11 for Luke, and it's a 1-point game with 1:32 left. Fred Summers' court is on fire.
Keep attacking and take the first good shot. Don't back off.
It's a 1-point game. Batavia with the ball and the 1-point lead.
Wilmington has quite a few fouls to give as well. So you may see Wilmington sit on it.
1:13 to go, and there is a foul. So let's start counting the fouls. Colin Barker with a reach in. So you're right. They're going to try to get him in the shooting free throws.
Wilmington still has 2 to give. If I'm Batavia, I really
And
wouldn't.
the official isn't calling it. He wanted it.
Ooh,
Max
thought he was
wanted-
going to gun that.
And there we go, another one. That's 32, Luke Blessing with the foul. 1 minute left. 59-58. A 1-point game. Mikey Brown checks back in.
It's a little defense-offense substitution.
Mikey might be in there to
Well, he's so
give the
quick.
other
Yeah, he's
foul.
quick. He can steal.
And a foul on Mikey Brown, just as we predicted. There it was. So they shooting bonus on
Now
this
you should
one?
have him probably taken out, I imagine.
And you're right.
No,
It wasn't Mikey this coming.
they're going to go with another small lineup to go for the steal. Blessing in for
One more foul.
Barker. Well, now you just play defense, and if it gets down probably around 35 or 30, if you haven't been able to stop him, you take the foul and put him on the line.
I like that strategy. I think that's it.
Double if you get a chance.
Applegate
It was
in
darn
trouble.
close to a 5-second call
Right,
there.
There's a timeout called by Batavia. Let's reset here. It is 59 Batavia, 58 Wilmington. They turn the clock off for some reason.
Yeah, they do in order to count down the
Yeah.
30 seconds or the 60 seconds, so you don't really know how much time.
We will just do a couple head shakes on that and continue the broadcast.
I've never seen one like this. There's always one that keeps the.
Yeah. Usually you have 2 clocks, one of them actually for the timeout and the other.
Okay, let's kind of get
Right.
a reset now. It is actually 44.2 seconds to go. 59 Batavia, 58 Wilmington. Batavia will have the ball out of bounds. They're in the bonus.
Right in front of the scorers table.
Any foul will be a free throw opportunity. So here we go. Do you play straight up defense or do you foul?
Play straight up defense until about 25 or 30, I'd say. going to take it down a little further.
24 seconds. Down to 20.
Well, I'd want to lengthen the game if I were Wilmington.
And there it is, or a dunk. What a well-played possession by Batavia. What a beautiful possession by Batavia.
Well, I don't understand that. I think you have to take the foul earlier, and Batavia, as you say, though, tremendous discipline.
Right. You talk about textbook offense on that possession. They just held the ball, wheeled it around, and then got the ball inside to Gardner for the dunk. And now we're on a three-point game, and Jeff, of course, you're lining up for a three, aren't you?
We have no choice. You know, I guess I might look for Butcher again on this, even though he kind of took an ill-advised 25-footer there earlier, because they're certainly going to be on Baltazar. They're going to be on Blessing. Butcher might be your best option here.
Well, he's got a good-looking three-point stroke, so it is 61 Batavia, 58 Wilmington, counting down the timeout.
He would take that from the top of the key over to the right side if he's going to take that three.
Wilmington setting up for the last shot. You know, there's a mix in philosophy here. I always think you go for the three. Some coaches will say get a quick two and a foul. That's not what you do.
Well,
Not
if you
with
would
this
have
team.
fouled earlier, there's only 7.9 seconds left. You do not have the time.
Yeah, you don't have the time. You got to hit a three.
So they have to be careful they don't foul when somebody's
There it
trying to
is.
shoot a
There's
three.
our man, and he missed it.
Oh, put back.
Follow-up,
Oh.
no good. And that, they absolutely got the look they wanted. Matthew Butcher, wide open, beautiful looking stroke. It just falls off.
I thought he had it. From here, it
It
looked
looked
good.
good. It looked, everything he did was beautiful. Perfect setup, perfect catch.
Coaches have their best plays they like to run in any given situation,
that was
particularly at the end of the game.
Absolutely well scripted by Coach Matt Kramer. Butcher got the wide open look. Took a good looking three. It just fell off. And there's a free throw good, and that might ice it. It's Wiesbrow with 12. And 13 wraps it up. Wilmington, a game effort tonight. Long one at the buzzer is no good. That's the final here at Fred Summers Court. Batavia with a very well coached and well orchestrated comeback win. It seemed like their poise and their maturity, they were never out of the game and never flustered, even though they got behind by a lot. The final here is 63 for Batavia Bulldogs, 58 for the Wilmington Hurricane. Jeff, do you have some final scoring stats for tonight's ball game?
For Batavia, Tony, I've got Applegate with 21, Wisebro with 13, Wiscombe with 7, Epps with 1, Gardner with 15, and Heckard with 6. That adds up to 63.
That's a bingo on my side, 63. I agree.
And for Wilmington, I've got Butcher with 14, Blessing with 11, Bill Veens with 4, Baltazar with 17, Barnhart with 2, Barker with 8, Brown with 2, and that should be 58.
So that's our final. I have a bingo on that too, Jeff, so pay that card. It is Batavia Bulldogs go to 16-2 with a 63-58 win over Wilmington here at Fred Summers Court. What's some of your thoughts about what we just witnessed here tonight, Jeff?
Well, Rick, is Batavia a 3 or a 2? Division 3 or Division 2?
They're the same as Wilmington. I think they're Division 2.
So they're Division 2. Those teams are going to run into some pretty good-sized Cincinnati schools. I was really kind of hoping Batavia was a 3 because they have a lot of the pieces that you need, particularly in Division III and 4, to go a long way in the tournament. They'll have some trouble, I think, matching up with the Cincinnati teams, but still a team I think is district semis or district finals easily. Very impressive, well coached. They've got the guards, they've got the 2 posts they can bring in if they need a big look, and they play the game very well. Wilmington just kind of takes them a little bit off the stride that they'd hit with 4 out of the last 5 wins. Still impressed with how played.
Yeah, they played well.
This Batavia is a darn good basketball team, and really until Applegate really got going there in the second half, he ended up with 11 in the second half. There was a period of time where he kind of took control and had a basket or a couple baskets in a short period of time. The game was Wilmington's. They had a couple difficult, I hate to say bad shots because they're kids, but shots you wouldn't want to take in a critical situation. One was a baseline jumper that was a difficult angle, and the other one was a 3 that was like 25, 26 feet instead of maybe a little closer. And a lot of times you'll get by with that when you play as well as Wilmington did, but Batavia is not a team you can make mistakes in the clutch against.
Well, I like the fact that they're Wilmington down by 3 with 7 seconds to go to set up that last 3. Beautifully orchestrated, perfectly coached. They got Matthew Butcher open from the right side, his favorite spot. He unloaded from there and just missed. Sometimes you make those things and you're a hero and you tie or win a game. Sometimes you miss them, and that's, I know Matthew looked frustrated that he missed and upset at himself, but he had a big game with 14 points for Wilmington.
And 4 threes.
Yeah, and listen, hey, you just keep firing away, don't you, Jeff? The next one you'll make to win a game.
Shooters shoot.
That's right.
That's what they're supposed
And
to do.
His stroke is beautiful. It's not like he was rushed or got a bad shot up. It was perfectly coached, and he was spotted up for the wide open 3 and just didn't get it to go. So, Rick, what do we got coming up on the network?
So tomorrow at 12:45, we will be. We'll have Joe Davis in to do play-by-play. The Lady Cane will be hosting the Blanchester girls, and we'll be on the air at 12:45 with the tip-off at 1. It's been moved up about a half an hour, so don't pay any attention to our site. We'll get that corrected. But anyway, there's no other game tomorrow other than the varsity match, so there's no freshman or junior varsity game tomorrow. And just keep an eye out for the site. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get the alerts and the updates. And we will let you know if there are any other games remaining on the schedule that we will be doing. Now, this year, we won't be doing any tournament basketball. We will be getting ready, though, for district wrestling here at Wilmington. And that should be a very interesting district, with Graham being the premier team and won many state championships. They are great as far as wrestlers. Although Wilmington's not too hateful either. Clinton Massey has a good wrestling team, so there'll be some teams that come in that are. Bellbrook is another good team as far as wrestling.
As I recall, 3 or 4 of the offensive linemen in the football team for Clinton Massey were wrestlers.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
If you're a quarterback, you want protected by wrestlers. That's for sure.
You don't want protected by some people we've seen on the Bengals line this year.
Well, for the Campus Nation crew, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And until tomorrow, good night, everyone.